aka Dave. Voltron, number 8. Ford will place number 1. This is Inside CBA.
Okay, Dave, it's been a challenging season thus far. How would you say Voltron are going?
I think we're going as expected. Number 1. There's haters, but hey, who cares about them? They're all below us. So that's all that matters.
Now, you suggested there are haters. A lot of the talk amongst players outside of Voltron have suggested that your team is very arrogant. What would you say to those critics?
They're all placed below us, that's why they're jealous. We aren't arrogant, we're confident. We've got the best guard in the league, Luke, his brother Matt, Brad, me, Benny. What else can you ask for? We're like the dream team of the CBA.
The dream team of the CBA. And you're 100% sold that you boys are going to win it this year?
We're not going to lose again.
Well, you mentioned that you lose again. You lost to JT. I mean, a lot of people haven't been convinced by them, considering they haven't been able to beat any of the elite teams in the CBA.
Yeah, but they started off alright.
They did start off alright, and they managed to beat you in the final. Are you confident that won't repeat itself?
That was in the past. We need not dwell on the past. And if we do want to dwell on the past, we did make it to the final, unlike certain teams. Jinx won, Old School another, Inca, none of them made it. So they can hate all they want.
With regards to other teams, we'll just quickly touch up on Matt McCoy and Inca Cola. Would you say they've been the most disappointing team?
Ooh. I don't know about most disappointing. I think JT.
JT?
Yeah, especially going from finalists to now off the radar.
Well, I mean, you look
even though Inca, they should be going a lot better. Matty hasn't been there. They're a young team. They're always late games, so Jono can't turn up all the games. Burke is definitely top 3 MVP candidate thus far.
And Jinx, you've obviously have a lot to say about Jinx. I mean, you're smirking as I speak now. Luke Fuda has made consistent comments in the past over them being overrated and whatnot, and it seems that you're echoing his statements.
Overrated. I don't even know if you can rate them to be overrated. That's why I rate them. What is it like? The news is that Joe and Daniel have left. It's got to be saying good things for their team, right? It's like you know, when a poor family get rich, family breaks up. Same shit. You know, all this. We get back together. We have a meeting. We have training. The team fell apart.
So have you got a message to say to Jinx?
Hope you guys come and watch in the semis. That's all I can say. And next time we beat you guys, try not to cry foul too much.
Well, it's interesting that
the last time they drew with us, that was a fluke. So no need.
I mean, they also did beat you, and they also drew the last time.
Flukes happen.
Flukes happen?
That's what I can say.
Twice?
That last game was definitely a fluke.
Stephen Ring's shot.
His foot was on the line, so that shouldn't even count. We should have won by a point. But hey, as I said, it's in the past.
Do you give him credit for the shot?
No.
So it wasn't...
Anyone can hit a shot.
Under those situations,
Anyone can hit a shot under them situations. As I said, it was a fluke. Jinx, to me, are like the gum under your shoe that's just there annoying you. It just sticks there, it doesn't go away. Even though I like them as people off the court, on the court, I don't think much of them.
Could you give us an insight as to why you may be so negative towards Jinx?
Towards them? So many egos on their team. Like you talk about Voltron ego, I do believe Steve's always trying to say their team how good they are and they're going to beat us by so much. Even though we can talk it up, at least we can back it up. We have the star and the power to do that. Who on their team is a star? None.
Simon Ford has got a lot of talk. He's been one of the best centers in the league.
Best centers in the league. We shot him down last game. He did nothing against us.
What are you suggesting about Simon Ford?
I ain't suggesting much. And as I said, as individuals, they're alright. Maybe they all go join different teams, and Jinx vanish from the CBA. If there is 2 divisions, once they go down to the 2nd division, they'll be alright.
You recently signed Anthony Sava. How's he been fitting in?
6th man of the year, right there. That guy has serious talent. You know.
Are you excited about the All-Star night?
I'm pumped. I'm looking forward to the dunk comp.
Now, funny that you mentioned dunk comp. There's been a lot of rumours suggesting that you may or may not be going in the dunk comp. More so suggesting that you aren't. Although a lot of people do want you in there.
I think maybe just.
Are you going to participate in the dunk comp?
I think maybe. See, this shows that we don't have egos. Maybe I'm one of the most overrated dunkers in the CBA. Obviously, there's Matt McCoy, the hands down best dunker CBA. Dave from NFI. Dean, been throwing down some nasty stuff lately.
Shane Lewis?
Yes, Air Shane. He can quite get up there a bit. You've even got Luke. You know, I think maybe if I did go in, I'd probably come third or fourth. If I do go in it, you know.
Speaking of such caliber players in the All-Star night, early on during the season, Dean Rados was the consensus was that he was the MVP. Who would you say are the top 3 MVP candidates in the league?
Top 3 at this moment?
At this moment.
Luke. I'm going to say push for Verge. That guy's
Despite Inca Cola being struggling?
Despite that, I think maybe they can push for the playoffs. We'll see. Especially after the last few weeks. Verge has been putting up big numbers. Top leading scorer. You know, it doesn't matter where your team comes in the day, I guess, you know, individuals can shine. Number 3. That's a tough one. Maybe Dean. Maybe Dean for NFI. That guy puts on some big points, and he can run the floor. So, that's my top 3.
And in ranking players and teams, with the playoffs approaching and the season ending, who do you expect to be in the top 4 at the season end?
Season end?
I'm assuming you'll be saying Voltron number 1.
Is there any doubt? Voltron? No, there's no doubt. Let's end that bit.
Okay, so who are the other 3 teams?
NFI. I think they'll come second. Third. Third.
Currently it stands Voltron, Finishing Touch, NFI, and Old School and JT are locked in equal 4th.
I think Finishing Touch, third. I think there'll be a strong third. There won't be any closeness between them and 4th. I think Old School will fall off. I think without Steve, their season's over. Let's face it, before Steve came along, yes, they were winning. Were they all turning up? No. I remember one night I was talking to players on Old School, not everyone there. You know, for a team that's, you know, I think it must be new uniforms. Team gets new uniforms, they start playing bad. Old School didn't do too well. Jinx just didn't play too well. And I think who was the other team? JT. There you go.
You think JT lock in 4th?
Yeah.
Now a lot of people complain that they have an easy schedule, a lot easier than all the other teams in the CBA. Do you think that's unfair?
Guess luck of the draw.
Easy run to the playoffs?
Doesn't really matter. Once, you know, at the end of the day, they're going to make it there. They'll get knocked out first round. So, you know, because I gather they'll finish 4th, they'll play us. You know, I gather if they want to turn up. If not, doesn't matter.
Voltron 2006-2007 CBA champions?
You better believe it.
Any last words?
Jinx, even though all this stuff I've said, off the court, all mates. So, Merry Christmas, CBA.